Do y'all need a sound check, mic check?
Nope, we're good.
You're all good?
But thank you.
Of course. Yes.
I'll line up here.
This will be a brief update from both the Wake County Sheriff's Office and the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. Our first speaker will be Chief Tony Godwin, Tonygodwin, from the Wake County Sheriff's Office. And then it will be Lieutenant Brandon Coffey, who you heard from earlier. That's BrandonCoffey. And again, that's Lieutenant. Chief?
Well, good afternoon. I appreciate everybody being here, and thanks so much for your partnership as we continue to try to bring a successful resolution to this effort. As you know, we've been searching for the young man that's missing since yesterday. Unfortunately, I don't have any good news to give you today. We haven't located him yet, but we continue to search diligently. I just want to give you an update and let you know, we've had over 50 searchers working throughout the day, all day long. We've had at least 12 watercraft out, as well as drones. And in just a few minutes, you're going to see the North Carolina State Highway Patrol helicopter flying over the air, and they're going to do a good search from the air. And we're not leaving any resources out there untouched as we continue to try to find this young man. So we're going to continue to do that. We will continue to operate up until it gets pretty close to dark. Then, for the safety and security of our teams out there, we're going to have to suspend operations for the night. But then we'll be back out here tomorrow morning and continue the search if we haven't had a successful resolution before that. So that's pretty much the update that we've got from the search at this point. And I'll ask Lieutenant Coffey if he's got anything that he wants to step up and add from the wildlife side of the house. LT?
Thank you, Chief. Once again, we want to thank you all for coming out, and this is a sobering reminder of the fragility of life, and we want to do everything we can to help put this to closure for the family. As Chief said, we do have the Highway Patrol coming in at 5 o'clock, and we're trying to exhaust any option we can to give this family some closure. We do update that we have modified the way we're searching. We've changed our grid search somewhat to a more fine and defined area rather than a broad spectrum search like we were doing previously. And again, we just ask for your thoughts and your prayers for the family.
If you have any questions, you can take a few.
We do. We're now 24 hours, more than 24 hours into this search and recovery mission. How does this change the technique and strategy as we're dealing with water when locating the body?
So some aspects do change based on the number of hours and the time limit that someone is suspected to be in the water. The buoyancy can change, so it can move. If there is a body in the water, it can move.
How long do you all expect for it to take the body to surface?
I can't answer that. It's weight dependent. There's a whole lot of variables, so it's each person is specifically different. But I can tell you that we're going to exhaust every option that we have till we give this family some closure.
Do we have any names and ages of those who were involved in this incident?
None that we can share at this time.
Lieutenant Coffey, you said earlier that you searched about 75 acres. Has that expanded at all, or are we starting to go back over that initial 75?
So we have expanded the area, but we're also refining the area that the 75 acres that we've already searched.
And when we talk about refining, what does that really mean?
So with the type of technology that we're utilizing with the down imaging and the side scan technology, as well as the optics that we're using, the pan optics, 360s and things like that, versus a broad search, just trying to locate something, we're narrowing it down. We've got it narrowed down to specific areas, and we've developed more team-oriented, so it's divided up, and we've got teams searching specific areas in a more finite manner.
How long will recovery? Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
How long do these searches continue? Does after a certain amount of days, you guys make a call at some point?
Like I said earlier, we're going to do everything in our power to give this family closure. So,
How long are you all expecting to search today?
As Chief Godwin mentioned, we're going to search as long as it's safe for our first responders. Likely, probably around dark is when we'll button it up for the night, but we'll be back out here again tomorrow.
We can take one or two more questions.
What time tomorrow morning?
Probably around 8:39.
Anything else?
Yeah, it's just kind of, and maybe you can I answered this before, but just, is there terrain underneath that's just making it difficult, or the brush and stuff that the body could be, if it's down there, could be trapped and it's just hard to find, or
Could you rephrase the question, please?
is there like terrain or
Obstacles
shrubbery
under the
underneath the water?
Certainly, there's when you're looking for something underneath the water. Obviously, it's much more difficult than you see it on land. When you use this technology, it's like an echo effect, and whenever the waves bounce back, they're identifying stumps, log jams. We found a bucket. We found a number of things in the area. So any item that we do find down there, we do exhaust it and try to make sure that it's not what we're looking for.
So it's safe to say that's what's taking it so long.
Yes, it's definitely challenging.
Thank you guys so much. If you need anything else, we'll be out
Can,
here.
can I just
Oh,
add one thing, Ms. Lee?
absolutely.
I'm sorry. So I just want to make sure that we state this, and it's probably pretty obvious, but from the folks that we have here, this has been an incredibly cooperative effort on the part of a lot of different agencies, a lot of different resources, and so I want to make sure that we give credit where credit's due. You know, the Wake County Sheriff's Office has worked really closely with wildlife, of course, but also with the park system, with all of our fire and rescue. We've got Fire Chief here from Northern Wake, who has been instrumental, boat teams from all over the area, Highway Patrol, canine teams. So it's been a really a collaborative effort, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to just point that out and talk about how everybody's coming together for the benefit of trying to bring a successful resolution for the family, because at the end of the day, we recognize how difficult this is for them, and we want to do everything that we can, and all of these partners that we've got here, you know, our heart goes out to them. We want to do everything we can to be there for them and to bring some sort of resolution to this situation. So I just want to take a moment to point that out. So thank y'all.
Thank you guys. Do you know it was 80 when I checked last time.
No,
but-
like out of.
Oh, like how big the lake
Yeah,
is?
just
Okay.
for comparison.
Yeah, let me, yeah, Lieutenant Coffey, how many acres is the lake?
Hang on one moment.
He's gonna check
I'll be
for you.
glad
Thank
to
you.
share that with you. It's 12,400 acres.
Perfect, thanks.
Oh, wow.